Welcome back to Dive Time Dota Fastcast of the International 2016. We're here with Digital Chaos versus The Wings Gaming. I've never noticed that before.
Not a wing.
This is not Wings. This is
Not
game
some
3
wings.
of their best of 3 in the upper brackets semifinals, quarterfinals. And Wings had a great game 1 and a horrible draft game 2. I feel like they just lost as soon as they picked the techies.
Well, you would say that. You always think Techies is a
Instant suicide?
well, yeah. You're playing 5v4, and you're not. I mean, you're not wrong, but I think
At the pro level,
the
like-
Pudge came out first. I don't think the Pudge ever was probably a good decision. Doesn't matter. Let's stop talking about that game. So
Murano got banned first this time. Digital Chaos did the respect ban. They saw it being picked out in the first 2 every time.
yeah, that seems like a good decision. And DC picks a Riki. Haven't seen the Riki's scouting support combo with Batrider in a while, but DC goes back to an old favorite.
And they've got mobility with Morph now too.
So that's looking pretty rounded. Meanwhile, the Wings has a first pick Timbersaw, has a Slark for their big gunner, Centaur to tank. I don't think I've seen a lot of Centaur. I definitely haven't seen a lot of Chen. But anytime you see a Chen and a Centaur and a Timbersaw and even a Slark to some degree, you got to be thinking early game, get some push, control the map. Meanwhile, DC, they're going to come online mid-game with the Batrider Riki combo, but Morphling is not going to be able to compete really with the Centaur and the Slark and the Timbersaw until later. So I think the window for Wings is like 20 to 30 minutes. And if DC can survive that might then they might get their Morphling in a 1 protect 4 sort of situation where that they can push and win.
I really like the Chen pick. I think Wings had the better draft here.
Yeah, I think Chen's a great hero. The problem is it's just after the Hand of God and all your creeps die, how do you contribute to team fights?
Trick is you have your creeps not die.
Yeah, First Blood goes to Wings. I missed who they got it on, but I think it was in the top lane.
Chen got it on Oracle.
Okay. Is that Chen in the Dire jungle?
He's off lane, yeah.
Yeah, wow, okay. So trying to grab some extra monies from the Dire side of the map.
Haste on Timber there.
And the Slark is doing okay against this Batrider Riki combo. The Centaur gets a kill.
Oracle once again.
And support Oracle.
Invoker almost got a Sunstrike there on Slark.
Ooh, but the Chen wraps around from behind, and they are able to take out the mid Invoker. So Wings 3-0 right now, and the early games is looking good for them. That's 4-0 now. The Batrider goes down in the off lane.
You think that's what the Pocket Strat was for? Drop DC's defenses?
I don't know. DC does get a kill on the Centaur in the mid. It takes 4-man rotation though. Some of that help moves to mid, and they are able to bring down the Timbersaw, so 4-2 now. Thinking about your question, Wings, they go with a gag lineup.
I don't think anybody drafts purposely to lose.
No, I don't either. I was just thinking if it did maybe open up some heroes or being able to go early. 15 seconds. Oh my goodness. All right. So during a quick casting pause, DC loses 2, including the Morphling. That's gotta hurt. This Slark is top of the net worth. He's got his treads. Generally, I like Slark over Riki when they match up, just because Riki is being run as more of a support, and so your detection goes farther away with Slark. Meanwhile, DC loses 2 in their own jungle. 3 for 1 now. The Rubik goes down, but they add an Invoker to the death count. The Riki is barely alive. He's gonna head back.
Net worth is almost organized by team. That's never a good sign.
Yeah, Wings putting the clamps down on this early game, and that is, again, what their lineup is built to do. Big fight comes out in the bot. A lot of Batrider fire on the ground, but they aren't able to get any kills. Riki and Oracle go down for DC. So Wings, they're really finding the kills. They're taking every engagement. They're making the most out of it. Again, that's pretty generic advice that goes well for everyone, but that's you got to be happy with your execution when that's the way
the winning
game's
team
going.
just performed better. They got more points than the losing team.
They sure did. Well, the winning team doesn't have to get the more points in Dota.
Not in Dota.
Yeah.
I'm just making fun of Dota.
All right, so here's a smoked up Riki. Counter smoke by Wings to try to save the Slark. The Slark doesn't need saving, but they still show up and DC loses 4 anyway. This Timbersaw is exerting
Chen
his
creeps
force.
too. I mean, Chen is just a really potent support.
Yeah, I think if you had an Alchemist in this game, you would feel like you were still in it, but they didn't get the Alchemist here. So who's going to pick up the farm? The Morphling is a hard farmer, but he doesn't have. He's not going to accelerate your late game. He's not going to get online until it's going to be too late. 16 minutes in, it's 19-9 already.
Invoker still only has brown boots.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got other items, but he's still hasn't gotten any upgrade there.
The Chen push comes through on the mid, and 1 outer tower remained for DC. This matchup, all 3 games, seems really determined by whoever gets the early advantage. I mean, the talk around the meta has been our early game strats the right way to do it or not.
So MVP hold off against an early game.
In this series, the team that has taken the early game advantage has gone on to win it. So I think that's a reasonable expectation, unless this Morphling he replicates out, gets an illusion rune. But what kind of items does he have? Does he have Ethereal Blade yet? Negative.
Lincoln's though.
He doesn't have a Ghost Scepter even. Lincoln's is good. Yeah, okay. So went with a defensive item first.
Timber goes down, but his back way too quick to get his Bloodstone.
Wings moves into Roche. They should get this. There's no defense. Slark gets the Aegis. That's going to be a really tough fish to kill. And DC not getting caught out right now. Slark hunts down the Morphling, and DC Wings are able to get that carry kill. So Wings more than doubled up DC again, and they're looking to high ground. Gen creeps are there. Timber, yeah, Wings diffuses to farm maybe some of DC's jungle. Oh, no, they in fact moved to a wandering out Morphling who was way out of position, didn't have any help. He got locked out before he could even gush out of there. So that's a heavy hitter down on DC, and now the Wings push comes through on the high ground. They get a tier 3, and they get an Invoker who buys back. They get a Riki, get a melee Rax. Hand of God comes out, and Wings sustain is there. Look at that push. They haven't lost anyone. And
GBG has somebody on Wings typoed.
Good bad game. Wow. So yeah, I knew that Wings were putting together a good TI. But this shows a real strength in that early game dominance, really locking down a game.
I mean, this is lending credence to Bing's AI prediction of Wings versus eHome.
It's funny how that's a thing. Let's talk about Bing's predictions.
Well, hail corporate.